Welcome to the Badger State Trail. Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you today from the city of Monroe, Wisconsin. It is at this location that we are going to finally ride a section of the Badger State Trail. The Badger State Trail is 40 miles long, and if you continue running south on it, you're going to run into the Jane Addams Trail in Illinois, which runs from the state line all the way down to Freeport. Where we're starting in Monroe is more or less centrally located for the first half of this trail. So today's half, we're going to go down to the state line and all the way up to Monticello, and then back here. And then on the next ride, we're gonna do the section that's to the north of it. But on this ride today, we're focusing on about 18 miles of the 40-mile trail. So this is gonna be roughly a 36-mile round trip. We're gonna go north first, up to Monticello, and then we're gonna stop right where it intersects with the Sugar River State Trail. So we've actually been at that intersection previously a couple years back. And then we're going to turn around, make our way right past Monroe here, and then we're going to shoot down to the state line where we recently were, because we recently re-rode the Jane Addams Trail, and then make our way back up to Monroe. We parked over here across the street in Twinning Park. They have multiple parking lots here. They have a restroom, they have a sheltered picnic area. They also have a big plane over there. Looks like a fighter jet or something. We're going to check that out when we swing past Monroe. So right off the bat, it looks like they are making a trailhead here. Looks like they might have laid some new concrete or something, or done some work recently, because it's not currently fully open. Although the restrooms are open, so that's good to know. All right, let's get started. So we stopped to check out this mile marker here. So we're at mile marker 30. So the way the mile markers work on the Badger State Trail starts from north and runs south. So when we recently did the Jane Addams Trail and we were right at the state line, we were right at mile marker 40. So that would mean 10 miles behind us is the state line to Wisconsin and Illinois, although we are continuing on our way to Monticello towards our north here. All right, so we've made it to a trail intersection here. We are right at the intersection of the Badger State Trail and the Sugar River State Trail. The Sugar River State Trail is this trail over this way here. As the sign points out here on the Badger State Trail, we're 18 miles away from the Jane Addams Trail. Where we started this trail today in Monroe, it's got to be, I think it's somewhere between 10 and 11 miles this way. So this is the northernmost point of our ride for today. So what we are going to do is turn around and make our way past Monroe to check out the remaining 8 miles or so for today's journey, and then backtrack back to Monroe. Although before we do that, we're going to actually head onto the Sugar River State Trail just a little bit. They have a trailhead that's just a little bit up this way with parking and restrooms and I think picnic tables and stuff. So there is absolutely nothing right here where I ended the ride for today. So we're just going to head down there to the trailhead and then make our way back towards Monroe. We are back at the intersection of the Badger State Trail and the Sugar River State Trail. As you saw, we went into Monticello and we stopped at a place called the Pink Heifer They had really good food. In fact, it is the most amount of food I've seen for $6 in recent memory. So all that's left for us to do is make our way back south here on the Badger State Trail, headed back towards Monroe. We're going to stop at the car just for a quick break and then start making our way to the state line, which according to this sign here is about 18 miles that way. All right, so we made it back to Monroe right here. So we're done with basically the first 10 miles of the trail from this direction here, headed to Monticello. So at this point in Monroe, we're gonna make our way to the state line, which should be about 8 miles or so, and then right back to this location, right back to the car where we parked over here. Incidentally, I was just talking to one of the owners of the bike house over here. So if you guys are if you guys are riding this trail here and you guys have an issue with your bike or need assistance from a bike shop, this place here is going to be an excellent option on this section of the Badger State Trail. So definitely be sure to check out the bike house right over here. All right, so we've made it to the southern end of the Badger State Trail, mile marker 40 right over here. If we walk a little over this way, you can see this signage for the Jane Addams Trail. This is mile marker 17.2 of the Jane Addams Trail. If you continue down this way, 17.2 miles, you'll end up in Freeport, Illinois. So one of the best things about this trail system is if you add the 17 miles that way and the 40 miles this way, you're looking at a 57-mile trail, and it actually ends at other trails like the Capital City State Trail, among a couple of others. Looks like I'm being watched. So at this point, all that's left to do is start making our way back to Monroe. All right, so that does it for this section of the Badger State Trail. We are back in Monroe. As always, when given an opportunity, let's take a moment to recognize Old Glory, waving in the breeze, as she should. So before we left, I definitely wanted to check this out. So my impressions of the trail are very good. I'm eager to check out the next segment. It's cool that there's places to stop in Monticello. And they did have restrooms spread periodically throughout the way, so that worked out pretty well. So let me know what you think of the trail in the comments below. If you are familiar with this trail and you have a favorite spot on it, definitely let me know where that favorite spot is, because we'll definitely be on this trail again in the future. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. If you are interested in supporting this channel and helping us get to more trails, please consider a super thanks. Every cent will be used towards CynicalZombie expenses like gas, parking, equipment, and lodging for trails we can't get to in one day. And that's all I got today from the Badger State Trail. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.